And welcome to another video with Leslie. Today I'm here to show you my Teach Me Tuesday for MB's Treasurista, and what I thought we would do today is I would do a Spectrum Noir coloring tutorial. So I know there's some tutorials out there for Spectrum Noir, but there's always, you know, some people do things a little differently than others, and it's always good to know different techniques on how to use these wonderful markers. So I thought this would be a good Teach Me Tuesday tutorial. And the markers are available. Misty can get them in the store, and she can get those ordered for you if you'd like. So yeah, so let's get started. What I thought we would do is use this Magnolia stamp that I have here, and I'm not sure what her name is, but she's really cute. So I thought we would use her. And what I usually do is I use the Memento Tuxedo Black ink, as it's fade resistant and tends not to smear. So I thought we would use this ink. So we'll go ahead and ink her up and get a nice generous coating of the ink on the stamp. Alright. Okay, and we'll go ahead and stamp her out. Okay, there we go. We got a good impression. Okay, usually I tend to work on the hair first. What I've decided to use is give her a golden brown hair coloring. So the three colors that I am using are GB 8, 9, and 10. And this is in the golden brown family. So I always start with my darkest color first. Let me zoom in here a little bit closer so you can see. Okay. Alrighty. So I usually start with my darkest color first. Some people start with their lightest color and work to their darkest, but I tend to start with the darkest color first. And what I'll do is I'll go, and on this image you can kind of see where the shadowings might be, just in the artist's work here. So I just kind of tend to follow those lines somewhat here and there where I think that there might be darker areas in the hair. Okay. And usually I use like a flicking, kind of with the Copic, just kind of a flicking motion, and okay, so I'll kind of just go through and make some darker lines like that. Okay, and that way I know where my dark lines are going to be. And then I'll go with the medium color, and then what I'll do is work the medium color in kind of along the same areas, kind of like beside where I went through with the darkest color. And the hair is always the hardest. It seems like it's always the hardest part of the coloring. Okay. Excuse me. And I'll just continue to work in a little bit more of the medium color, blending away from the darkest color. Okay, and just kind of fill that in a little bit more. And then I will go to the lightest color, which is the GB8. There we go. And then I will just kind of fill in those areas. And what I will do is I will go over the whole darker areas also, and that blends everything together. So you want the best blending that you can get. And you can kind of see now that everything is blending, starting to blend. Okay. And we'll just continue to work in that color. Have to go in probably with some more darker right around her face here, since this would be a shadow, more of a shadow there around her face. But as you can see, the three colors are starting to blend, and you're starting to get more of like the wispy look here, and especially with the hair that has the black lines already from the artist's drawing, that really helps in, you know, in allowing you to know where to add your color. So we'll just continue on. Hopefully you can see here, and this is like the filler color mostly, that, you know, the lightest color is going to be the most color that you use, the most of. The darker and the medium just get very little. And we'll go back in again with some more darker there around her face for the natural shadowing. And I've just found that the best thing is just practice. Just, you know, you've got your stamp, just, you know, stamp out a bunch of them on your paper, and just continue just to keep practicing and keep practicing, and eventually you'll get the hang of it, because like I had never had Copics before I bought these, so you know, I just kind of watched some of the Copic tutorials to kind of learn a little bit on how to do these. But you can see how it's kind of blended in, and you've got your darker areas and then your lighter color also. So we'll go back in with our darkest color, a little bit more here around her face, because that's more of a darker area. You know, like natural shadowing there around the face. Okay. And then we'll go back and we'll blend that out again. Go again with the medium color. and then you want to go back and with the lightest color again and go over the whole area to blend it all in together. The lightest color is really going to be your best friend because it's going to blend all the darker colors out and blend everything all together. Okay, and then if you want to go back in, you can go back in with your, I'm going to go back in with my medium color again because some of those have kind of faded out a little, and just go back in and make some more wispies. That's what I call them, the wispies. So that's how I do the hair, and I think that turned out pretty cool, pretty good. So then we will go on to, next thing I do is the skin coloring, and let's see, I got a little bit out of the lines here, so we'll just go in with the blender, the colorless blender, in a couple of areas there, okay. And for the skin coloring, I usually use the same 3 colors for the most part, and those are, sorry, I'm getting them out of here, out of my storage cubby. I usually use FS2, 3, and FS6. That's usually the color combo that I like the best. But again, you can use any one you want. So go in with the darkest color, which would be FS6, and I usually go around the edges of the skin, of the face. Okay. I like to do that first. And a lot of times I'll use like a dotting motion with it. I'll like just do dot, 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 like that. Okay. And then we'll go in with the second color, which is the FS2. And we'll blend the darker color out. And I usually just go like this. And try and blend that darker away. Okay. And then I'll usually leave like a little circle in the middle for the lightest color, which is FS2. And then what I'll do is I'll go over the whole thing with the FS2 to blend that all together. Okay, and that's usually how I do the face. And then I'll usually go back in with PP1, which is a pink, but it is still in the skin tone color family. And then especially with the magnolias here, with their little cheeks, I'll just go in and highlight their little rosy cheeks. and just kind of do it in a little circular motion. Just right around her little cheeks there. And that'll bring in a little pinky toned highlight there for her cheeks. Okay. Alright. And now we'll go ahead and continue on with her legs. So now we're done with the skin coloring, and now we'll do her dress. And I think we're going to color them blue. And this, I'm using IB 1, 2, and 3, ice blue. So we will start with our darkest color first, and we will kind of follow along your artist's, your stamp there. So where you think the darkest coloring is going to be, and we will give some dark around the edge here. Okay. So there's her dress. Okay, and so then all we have left now to do is her shoes. And for the shoes, I use it's in the ice gray family, and I use IG9, IG7, and IG6. Okay. Okay, so that is our completed image. And I think she turned out, zoom out just a tad here so you can see it just a little better. I hope that you can see that pretty good, and I like how she turned out. Okay, so hopefully this will help you a little bit in your Spectrum Noir coloring. And I thank you for stopping by my channel today, and be sure to check out mbtreasurista.com for all your scrapbooking needs. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.